I don't know about you, but at some point, you start to realize that nothing in this world is purely original. Take a second and actually think about this, right? Pop culture. It's just recycled ideas with better production every year. Movies remake older movies, music sample older music. Trends come back every 10 years and people act like it's something new. Fashion is the same thing, right? What people call new style is usually just a slightly modified version of something that already existed before. Even the way we talk, even the jokes we make, the phrases we use, the opinions we have, most of it is just accumulated input over time. Stuff we have seen, heard, or absorbed over time, right? And if we really want to be technical about this, maybe the only true original moment was the first time someone picked up a rock and decided to use it as a tool way back in Stone Age. And everything after that is just iteration. So if that is the case, then what we call character and what we call mindset are also what can be built and crafted. Because these are also something that we adopt and redefine out of whatever we've been exposed to, right? And I think this is when things get a bit uncomfortable, because it means a lot of people, it means a lot of what you think is you, right? A lot of what you think is you might just be a reflection of what you've been consuming for all these years. For example, the content you watch, the music you listen to, the people you follow, the opinions you scroll past every day. It all stacks on top of each other and it builds who you are. And the thing is, even if it feels like just entertainment, it still leaks into everything over time. You don't notice it, but it shows up in how you live your life. So if you watch a lot of gem content, suddenly you become more addicted, or you care more about macros, you care about routines and discipline. If you're into beauty content, you start spending more time and money on how you look. If you're into philosophical stuff, you start reading more, you start writing more, you start questioning things more. And none of this is forced, right? None of that is forced. It just becomes normal to you. So if character can be crafted, like a Build-A-Bear workshop, then input is the raw material, you see? And right now, most people, myself included, are taking in way more than we realize. Every single day, we consume short videos, comments, trends, arguments, aesthetics, whatever it is. It's constant, it's nonstop. And most of it isn't even chosen consciously, right? We don't choose these things consciously. They just come to us naturally through algorithm. So what you end up with is this: a personality that feels a bit scattered everywhere, a bit of everything, but nothing fully yours, right? Because if all you do is consume, you never actually process anything. You just keep absorbing, and every single thing becomes an input, right? And just like a computer, our brain gets cluttered with all this data, and it starts slowing down. But here's the thing. What you can do is you can redefine those things and create output. Because output is where things start to get original. Output is where things start to become yours, right? Not even if it's original, but it becomes something that you have edited. So when you write something, when you speak your thoughts out loud, when you make something small, right? Even if it's, a minor thing, that's when you start filtering everything you've taken in, right? That's when you decide this stays, this doesn't. And without this step, your personality never really solidifies. It just stays influenced, right? And I've noticed that in myself too. There were times when I was consuming a ton of videos, ideas, opinions, but not really creating anything, not really creating output. And during those times, my thoughts didn't feel clear. They just felt very borrowed, right? But the moment you start creating something, right? The moment you start putting things out, even if it's messy, even if it's not that good, something starts to shift. And you start hearing your own voice again. And I think that's a start. So, I think when people say when they feel lost or unsure about who they are, it's not always this deep existential crisis they go through. Sometimes it's just very plain and simple. Too much input, not enough output. And it kind of sounds like I'm saying everybody should be a creator or something. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you need to become a creator or anything. It can be much simpler than that, right? So for example, you can write something down, say what you think, say what you actually think, or scribble on a notebook, draw a sketch, maybe something small. Because character and personality aren't just shaped by what you consume. It's shaped by what you choose to express. So, in the end, it's up to us to decide whether we want to be who we are, right? At some point, you have to ask, do I want to be myself or just a collection of other people?